All right, welcome to Noise Avocation Podcast. I'm Jeremy here with Ryan, and today we have Poison Tongues, Jason Schrum, and Mike Eckelhart. Did I say that right, dude? Probably slaughtered it, but
Echo that's a good try, dude.
thanks.
No,
It's a
Echo.
good try.
But we're here to talk about some new music you guys just put out, and it's pretty exciting. You haven't put out anything in a while, and so
Yeah,
how's
it
it
has
going?
been a while. Definitely.
How you
Well,
guys doing?
just getting a record out is a pain in the ass. Like this shit was ready a year ago, almost.
Oh, so it's been recorded forever.
It has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
what
because we
what
knew
was
about it. We
yeah,
knew
for a
about it
while.
upcoming like early this year because we had talked to Jim Davey and he said something about it and
Yeah.
wanted to talk like later on in the year. So yeah, it's been a while.
That's why I asked if one of you guys was Jim. But yeah, so why did it take so long? Can you divulge that information?
I don't know. Life happens,
Yeah,
man.
just shit gets in the way. I hear that.
Yeah, and tried to get labels secured is almost impossible for some reason. And I know like other bands have trouble with it too. Just for anyone just to you know, release your shit in a quick amount of time.
Yeah. The it
Even
seems like the
that,
turnaround is a long time though.
yeah, yeah, it is. So we decided just to release everything because we were sitting on it for so long, and I mean, we already have new shit written on top of that was probably going to come out,
So how
next
many
year.
tracks do
But
you have on this on the new album?
yeah, so yeah, it was. We wanted to do an EP, something short, but it ended up being 8 tracks with
Oh,
an
that's cool.
intro, kind of like a musical intro, and 7 songs on top of that, and it's definitely Poison Tongues is going kind of back to hardcore, so to speak, more hardcore writing on this record. And Born to Fire was super metal,
Definitely. Yeah, that's
compared to what we were doing before.
kind of reminded me of like a full-blown chaos kind of way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or a heavier band like that. The last album. But honestly, I only listened to that one like probably the least. Did that even get put out as a physical copy?
No, we just released that.
Digitally? That's what I thought. Because I have
We
the
wanted
other
to make a
two.
record of it, and maybe one day we will.
Yeah. No,
But even
same.
that record was that was just like Len had retired the band before that record, and that was the first record I had to learn how to sing and play guitar on and try to figure shit out, and just going to kind of more death metal voice was easy for me at the time
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
actually play.
We were just
And
talking about that. Like, I was saying how I wouldn't sing for a band because I have too much of a Cookie Monster death metal voice, and it's just not my thing, We're giggling about it.
yeah, it was hard just to kind of jump in as being a lead vocal and then just develop a style right away.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Kind of got
really
to
think
do that
that
over time.
yeah,
Well,
this
like that,
EP is kind of
that kind of all went down right before COVID. So you kind of had
Oh, shit.
COVID to mess around with it. So it was like, I mean, we recorded the first version of that album with Lenny singing in mind, you know what I mean? And I remember we completely redid everything around your new
Oh.
vocals, and then re-recorded it again. But it was just like we took all that extra time we had during COVID, you know.
So is there so there's another version without vocals that's mixed different or sound written different? Or is
there
it just
was.
gone?
Yeah, I
There
mean, some of
was.
the songs. Yeah, there's some of those songs, and then there's new ones added on.
Gotcha.
So, well, yeah, with this EP, Beneath the Ice, definitely, I think my vocal style is kind of just evolving
The fucking
as we.
title's sick, Beneath the Ice. I like that shit.
Yeah, it's sweet. Like Justin came up with this idea of kind of doing a thing, right? You ever watch that
Mhm.
movie, The Thing?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a million times, yeah.
Like it's only in like, the top 10 of all time,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, and we're like badass. And then we did our own version of it. Kind of like did Detroit, like freezing, in the cold, on the river there, and like the thing kind of coming out of this like hole in the ice. So that was the theme of the whole album. Um, so it turned out really good. I think it's pretty grimy. Like the guitars are real grimy on this, and we went back and forth, like kind of saying, like, should we redo the guitars because they're like real grimy sounding? But once we heard the whole thing mastered and together, it's like we gotta like put this out. It's like,
Yeah, I like them sounding dirty like that, and the breakdowns sound more natural, I think, than when they're real like instead of dirtied out like you guys are saying. I like that. It makes it scarier sounding, I suppose, or it would fit the trapped under or frozen under ice the thing type of deal.
I mean, generally people don't want their hardcore and punk music to be clean and
right,
precise. Like it's got to have that attitude and that little bit of flaw to it that makes it what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we gotta develop our own sound, and it's really hard to like stick out nowadays just with all the bands, you gotta compete with just to get people to listen.
Yeah. I mean, there's a new band every weekend, it seems. So, like, yeah, it's hard to,
every single band coming out is just like, oh my God.
It's hard to stand out, like you said, but yeah, it's hard to get people to even digest all of that. Like, you're putting out so much music. And then you got to think, like, the people that listen to other genres and everything. I mean, just yesterday, there was like 8 really big albums dropped. And then that's not even including, like, the small guys.
Yeah, totally.
What do you think about how you guys have seen the scene like come back to where shows are being put on like every fucking weekend? Sometimes there's 2 shows like I'd want to go to, 3 even one weekend. Like,
I mean, like I said, it's like it's hard for a band to survive unless you're super active because there's so many shows every weekend.
right. It's almost
And,
like you gotta just
you can't go to all of them.
no, fuck
Right.
no.
I wish I could, but like busy life and just dealing with our band and stuff like that. Try to go to as many shows as I possibly can, and that's not enough. I always see shows that I can't go to. Man, like, it's a bummer, but it's cool that it's revived, definitely, and
For sure.
it's a cycle. I mean, when
Yeah,
we played
definitely.
in Alliance, like we had a great hardcore scene when I played in Alliance, and that lasted for a couple of years, and then it fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's cool seeing how the cycles go. Even when I played in Hyde and Jay used to play in Today I Wait, and that was like early 2000s.
Yeah, dude. I almost
The
wore my
hardcore
fucking
scene
Hyde
was
sweatshirt, but I didn't.
it's so crazy. We
And
used to
should
go
have.
to Canada and Face
I play
Down
high too.
Live over there. I know you
Yeah, you
guys
guys were
remember
all over the place.
and that was so it's so cool how like the scene just kind of keeps cycling and cycling. What's even better about it is it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you might not be able to tell that just because of the sheer like amount of shows there are, because back 10, 20 years ago there weren't as many shows,
No.
so you could go see them all. So if you don't have a lot of people at your show, the scene is bigger, but it's just like it's hard, like you said.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, not everybody's got the time, the cash, so whatever to go to every single show. I mean, it takes us like 3.5, 4 hours to get to a good show, so we're even more sparse than you guys are on attending shows. We get like a few a year at best.
The whole day commitment for you.
Oh,
Like,
exactly.
the good news for us bands though is that the scene is getting so popular that there's been a lot of times where there's 3 shows going on in a night down here, but they're all sold out. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
fucking
Like
nuts.
3 big shows. And it's like that's that many kids that are getting into it now. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it's fucking cool too.
And there's got to be, like, if there's 3 shows, I guarantee there's at least a few people that bought tickets for all 3 that are just hopping around to each show, too.
That'd be fun.
Definitely.
You'd
Some
miss
hard-
something though. You'd be like,
You'd
"Fuck."
miss something, but if you knew the set times, you could kind of weigh it out to be
Yeah.
like, okay, I want to catch these guys at 11 o'clock, these guys at 8.
Venues were close enough. You could hop back and forth between
Yeah.
Now you guys,
small outer limits and sanctuary. And just catch every band if you really wanted to, probably.
Yeah.
you guys are playing in Berkeley December 14th. Is that the next time you're playing?
Yeah.
And what gate creepers or is it
Gatekeepers.
Gatekeeper. Oh, that's that game
Gatekeepers,
store,
Remember the
right?
band.
Is
Yeah, it's
it?
going to be Poison Tongues, Flesh Wound.
Oh, that's sick.
My friends from Grand Rapids, Fadakin, Limb from Ohio, and Dead Hang.
Yeah.
So pretty stacked.
See, that's some
Lineup
shit
of
like,
heavy hardcore bands.
you know, I wish we could just fucking drive 10 minutes, a half hour to that, dude.
Yeah, that's that like arcade or comic store or whatever.
Yeah, I
it
wanted
is.
to go catch the Clock
Didn't
Face's first show there,
Okay, I was gonna say somebody did their first show there that we talked to.
but life gets in the way, man, you know?
Yeah, no, that place is rad. It's like it's like a Russian doll of a venue. You like walk in the first room and it's a little gaming store, and then you go into the next room and there's a bar, and then you go into the next room and it's a big wide open room where they have like hall style shows.
Yeah, it's
So
like
it's like
it's like Bed Bath and Beyond, but cool
Yeah.
shit.
yeah. And then you go to the next room and you just fly into the void.
I noticed your Godzilla, Jason, in the back there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Just saying.
I don't see.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a
Oh, is it-
Godzilla nut.
Oh, me too. We should
is it
talk
right
after.
there?
Hell yeah.
Like, did you see that? This is totally off the subject of this music, but since it's Godzilla, I actually have one hanging here. But I got the bit. It was like a 96-inch by something from Jay Bannon, and it said with Godzilla on it. Did you see those? They came out a couple years ago.
Oh.
They're
That
fucking
sounds
huge.
crazy.
I stuck it on my ceiling because I don't have any room, but I'll shoot you a picture. It's fucking
Yeah, that'd
dope.
be awesome.
And it says like it says in Japanese, what does it say? Like Destroyer of Worlds, something else. I don't know. It's fucking sick. I'll send you a picture. Send it your
That'd be
Godzilla
awesome.
nut.
That sounds great.
Anyway, back to Poison Tongues.
So the album's gonna be 8 tracks. You guys said you were shopping around labels. Are you putting it out on a label or just putting it out on yourself?
We're putting it on a home label.
Okay.
Avocation.
Tape will be out on Top Floor Tapes.
Oh, right on. Shout out to Jimmy.
Shout out to Jimmy.
Pizza,
Yeah,
pizza,
we're cool.
motherfucker.
The artwork, Craig Holloway did all the artwork for the EP. I can't wait to see that.
Oh, that's fucking sick. Shout out to Craig too.
That's so good.
Oh yeah, he hooked us up, man.
That's awesome.
So you're putting out tapes first, and then you guys plan to do vinyl or anything too afterwards? I don't know why my
See where
Siri
it
just
goes.
started up.
Come
See
again?
where it goes. I definitely want a vinyl of that, and would probably pay, to do it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll look into our options, I guess.
I mean, tapes fucking sell at this point,
They
really.
do,
I
man.
see every release for like every artist come out on tape at this point, which is wild because sometimes the CD gets skipped. Like, I'm like, damn, there's more people playing tapes than CDs.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's
It's
cool.
wild.
No, that shit, the tape thing, like for people that grew up with the fucking cassette tapes, we're just like, what the fuck? Like, I think it's cool though, getting like demos, shit like that, like we've said before, but
I mean, they
pay,
they
like,
serve a
14
purpose, but when they start getting like the Judas Priest, that new album that came out like early
Yeah.
in the year, they did a tape for that. It was like $22,
Fuck
and the
that.
CD was only like 14.
That's crazy.
it's like, I did see, what year did that Integrity 8-track come out that we always talk about?
I have no idea off the top of my
2010
head.
maybe, 2008? That shit's pretty whack too,
I know the Sword did an 8-track like probably 8-9 years ago.
just random.
That's one of the. I'm trying to get Systems Overload on vinyl. if I can find like original
Oh
somewhere.
shit, dude, that's
Oh,
gonna
an
be
Those
original
pricey.
one?
re-releases
Yeah.
they did are pretty sweet though. All the reprints that they did recently with new artwork, those are
Yeah.
all pretty sick.
Yeah, they're
I
real
got a
sick.
couple of those.
Relapse did them, didn't they? They had like that invisible ink stuff on them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, those came out real nice, and they were reasonably priced too. They think they were only like $25 at the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of the time with Relapse, there's not anything over 30, unless it's like a triple or something. They have good prices.
That live album that they put out for like the Halloween or whatever, that's really good. Has all the original members on the live show, aside from the drummer.
So, well, we'll stick to the band first before I start asking Jason about his pile of tapes that he's got down there, because he held up a Hyde tape a minute ago. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah, I
that.
saw it. I only have the CD.
So I don't even have a CD of that. I have the MP3 files. That's all I got. So you guys are playing that show. Do you have any shows lined up in the oncoming year for 2025? And the album itself, do you have? I didn't research this. I had a busy day yesterday. So is there a release date for it?
We haven't announced the release date for it yet, but
Okay.
I mean, I don't know when this is going to drop, but
This will drop Monday.
oh, really? Okay. What, a couple weeks, right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean,
We're going to drop it the week before the show, so
Okay.
right?
Oh, right
Yeah, so
on.
that is only a couple weeks out. Yeah.
7th. Is that right?
yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm just
Friday.
going so fast. Like you
It's a week before the show, and the show's on the 14th.
It'd be the
Yeah.
7th.
There you go.
Yeah.
December
We'll probably do
7th.
the 6th. We'll do it Friday.
Okay, cool.
Right on.
But yeah, and then shows wise, I mean, I don't think we have anything solid, but we're talking to a few people. We're going to try to play a lot of shows in 2025. Get out of Detroit a little more than we have in the last few years, and
Yeah, there's scenes popping up in like Springfield and fucking Naptown, like all over the place, man. It's cool that you guys could play like Midwestern, and not have to drive too far.
I'm
For
sure
sure.
there's quite a bit going on in Grand Rapids too. I don't see as much of it just because maybe I'm not as plugged into it, but I'm sure there's a big scene over there as well.
Grand Rapids, Muskegon.
Yeah.
We just played at the Runoff in Kalamazoo not that long ago. That's kind of a fun little place.
That's cool. So it's really popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, Kalamazoo. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it's right outside Grand Rapids, 40 minutes or so. So yeah, they have some good record stores there too.
So what did you guys use for like to get your guitar sounds and shit? What were you guys using for like your rig and shit?
Shit, dude. I think so. Schmo was using a crank cabinet with a 5150,
That's my shit.
and I used my 5150 in a Mesa, and I don't know. It was, and then we recorded it with the SM57, and just the way the guitars came out, they were just real grindy. Like and I turned the gain down and everything, and I was just like, man, like I can't.
The messa,
Yeah,
dirty her up.
Yes. So yeah, it turned out real good. I like it, but
What guitar were you using? What kind of guitar?
let's see, what 7-string Ibanez Prestige, and then Schmo has like a Schecter. I don't know.
Yeah, that 7-string fucking cuts like deep.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, it has a heavy chug.
No, I think I got a pointy guitar too, a Jackson 7-string, and I think I recorded everything on that.
Oh, okay.
Possibly, I don't know.
But like, yeah, you said so long ago since you guys actually recorded it.
It is.
It's
It
crazy.
was about a year ago, I think, when we tracked guitars.
Right on.
Yeah, and I did a lot of it, recorded a lot of it myself, between my studio, and then I'd bring like studio stuff to the practice area and do that. And Justin recorded the drums with our boy Jay Clifton.
Yeah.
That used to be in Alliance, so he's got a studio in his house, and it just kind of all came together.
I found him on like Discogs or something, and I nabbed a couple. Like I nabbed the Alliance Hit 'Em Up CD from him because that's like the one I didn't have. So it was cool, It's like straight from him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got a bunch of like when the Alliance played here.
A bunch of Poison Tongues Hard Right Way CDs in my basement. Like,
oh, right on. I love that album, man. I have that CD.
Yeah, that album was funny because a lot of people don't know this, but the first copies of that, the whole song order is off from like what the actual song names are and stuff. It's funny.
Is it like one behind or something?
I don't know.
I don't because I want to say that I'm gonna have to check that when I get home. It's funny that you said that.
I guess if that's the only way that you heard it, you wouldn't know any better. The difference. You just, but so until you see them live, and then they're like, "This is," and then like say it, and you're like, "No, it's not. It's not what it was on the album."
Arguing and shit. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, our band's always just been pretty chaotic. Just everything that happens, and I don't know. We've been around since 2010. Len singing and just I don't know, ups and downs and putting albums out and music, and the only reason we're around still is just the love of hardcore and
fucking A, dude.
Just being a musician. I mean, personally, me, that's all I do, just record music, and I don't really golf or like go do anything else. Like, this is what makes me happy. It's making hardcore music, recording other stuff with my friends, and
for sure, dude.
About it,
Yeah, like I'm not into sports really at all. I mean, at all actually, except for people like maybe some UFC shit because my son got me into that. So I like people beating on each other, I guess. But other than that, yeah, dude, it's always been about music, man.
And the Detroit Lions.
See, you're with some football. See, I can't even fuck with that.
But it's exciting. All my life, they've been such a shitty.
Oh, fuck, I know.
Like, seriously, since I came out there, the Lions have always sucked and never went anywhere. So for me to finally see them doing well is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just don't want to be like one of those dudes that's like, yeah, fucking Lions, and like I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
That's me, dude. I don't follow anything.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, we're like, we'll talk about Godzilla, and you guys can talk about football. And shit.
Yeah.
I just got a Gibbs jersey like this year because they came out with those black Lions jerseys. I don't know if you guys seen those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those look sick,
badass.
I seen
I have to have them.
Those would be cool to mock up.
There's a tint shop up here that just wrapped somebody's truck in that like black and blue color that their helmets are.
Fuck, I haven't even seen that.
It looks fucking awesome.
Ford truck has Lions trucks out.
Really?
Like special edition ones that are out.
No shit.
That's crazy.
It might have even been that truck. They're gonna capitalize on it though. Like they'll be like, yeah, we can sell the Lions now. Like, so gotta get it while you can, I guess.
I'm coming.
So what are you guys doing aside from the band? What do you do in your other life?
We know what this guy does.
We know what this guy does.
I got 2 kids and work as a category manager, purchasing like software and negotiating deals and stuff.
Super exciting stuff.
Yeah, you see how thrilled he was talking about it.
I see that.
Yeah.
That's a cool job. I kind of fell into it, and everyone's got to have something that they do at the end of the day to.
For sure, man.
Their livelihood, support my family and everything, so I can't complain about it.
That's what's up.
Office job, sit at a desk.
And I'm the production manager at Edgeman Screen Printing. So I'm kind of
Busy,
around the
busy
hardcore
all the
development.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
hardcore
kind of like
24/7.
hardcore 24/7 these days,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
you
is
guys
awesome.
are like known as one of the like best fucking shirt printing places in hardcore, you know?
Dude, we're
It's
I'm
crazy.
amazed every day at the quality of what we're doing, and it's getting better and better. We're growing as a company. We just installed a fourth automatic press.
Yeah, I saw you guys had some like old shit for sale like
Yeah,
maybe a
yeah,
month
we
or so ago.
upgraded.
It's like, holy
Yeah, it's
fuck.
still
Yeah, you
for
guys are
sale. You want
No, I'm good. I'm good.
it? I'll make you a deal you can't refuse.
Yeah, man. I love what Edgman's done for the scene too. It's
Yeah.
like it's so incredible how Jimmy just kind of took it upon himself at shows and build this hardcore community and everything, and it's awesome. Like hats off to him, because it really just takes effort and dedication to pull that off. Not anyone can
No,
do
dude,
that.
it takes balls to fucking do shit like that. It's a huge risk with little chance of reward, you know what I'm saying? And you just got to do it like, you do it for the love and sometimes you catch a good break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just hustle.
Yep, yep.
Pull your ass off.
But yeah, you guys make some cool shit. And I love that it's like you got bands not just from Michigan, but from all over, like having Michigan fucking edgemen print their shit. It's like even I'll take a little pride in that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. I ship stuff every day to California, New York,
Yeah, for sure.
We're shipping shit to bands on the road, shipping them to UPS access points at CVS's and stuff like that for
Yeah,
bands
Yeah.
to pick up while they're on the road.
crazy.
And it's yeah, it gets a little wild sometimes, but it's awesome.
That's
Labor of
awesome
love.
to have that service though, that if you're on the road and you're like, fuck, we ran out of this shirt, I need more, they can get it within
Fuck
a
yeah.
couple days.
That
Like,
never
cause
happened 20
that,
years ago.
yeah, you never had that
Yeah,
option before.
for sure. For sure.
We have
But
some,
yeah, no, it's been awesome hooking up with Jimmy and working with him, and like I've been doing screen printing for 23 years now. So, and that was just 2 years ago that I started working for Edgman. So it's like finally doing something and working for a place that I feel good about. And, I'm excited to go to work every day. And,
That's
you know,
I think that's what's most important is
yeah.
waking up and like
wanting to go there,
yeah,
no matter what you're
yeah,
making. Yeah, that's what
exactly.
I feel like.
Like the
Like,
labor of love
For sure, man. For sure.
and that you like, it's not like it came overnight either. You had to earn that shit.
For sure, man. And
plus,
then,
it takes a certain person to like have that. A lot of people fall into like just like a 9 to 5 or whatever, and so like if you have sort of an unorthodox occupation that most people are like, oh, you can't live off that. Like it takes a certain person to like ride that out and get through that.
For sure.
definitely.
Yeah, it's risky.
All right, so now we can talk about your tapes because I feel like
No, yeah, I was gonna say so you guys said obviously Jimmy Top Floor Tapes is putting your tape out, but what do you know what number you are?
oh, on the label,
Yeah,
I don't
because
know
it's
what
like
number
he's
that would
got
be.
like
weird numbering.
I mean I sometimes I'm like did I see this one yet? Because it'll be like he'll have 3 different ones on pre-ordered and then one's coming in and then I'm like, what number is this? Which is cool for him because he's getting all kinds of fucking bands, which is sick. But
Yeah. I have no idea what
no,
number
it'd
it'll
be
be.
like because Flesh Wound's still coming out, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
I'm trying to think of
We
who
dropped
else.
like three of them in a week. It seemed
Yeah,
like, about a month ago.
yeah, I got the Clock Face. I got the Suffer
The
No
off the
Fools.
wall,
What was the other one?
clock face.
Suffer No Fools.
Yep. I feel like those all came out like within a
Yeah,
week of
they
each
came
other,
out
or at least
pretty.
were announced within a week of each other.
Yeah, which I can't wait to see Clock Face, man. I
Yeah.
really dig that band.
Yeah, Black Christmas.
Yeah, are you guys gonna go to Black Christmas?
I'll be there. I also play bass in Annie Up right now, so
Okay.
Oh, right on.
we're playing. Um, so I'll be there for sure.
I just scored an Annie up 7-inch from Chubbs from One Life Crew, and it was like 49 out of 50, and it had Charlie Manson on the cover. It's like a 10-inch or a 7-inch. It's pretty cool. You remember that?
That predates me by a long shot.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
I've only been in Annie Up for a few months now,
Oh, I
so
gotcha. I gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
No,
I'm a new guy. I'm the new guy in Poison Tongues too. I've only been in the band for 8 years.
Yeah, you can't.
that is
You
funny.
got to hit that 10
You're
year
always the
mark.
new guy. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So you guys said also you have like a lot more written already to even put out maybe another EP or at least put one down.
Yep, that's the goal.
Now is that one like you said this is um like a concept sort of. Is the next one like that too? Is it a continuation? Is it a different concept? Is it or what?
Yeah, I mean a little bit, like my vocal style just kind of just evolves, and I just do shit I'm into, at the time.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So, that's
Everything we do changes a little bit. This new stuff is evolved again after Beneath the Ice. Like it really.
Yeah, that's I guess that's what I'm asking is like, yeah, how much has it changed? Because you're putting out this in a couple weeks, which will be almost a year since you recorded it, but then you already sound different, you're saying, then a little evolved even from that.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, that's cool. That it makes me want to hear more, definitely. Makes me curious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, like developing a vocal style. This is the first time I've ever, been a lead vocal in a band. Just my whole tenure playing guitars in bands.
Yeah, you've
So
just kind of done like the backups here and there, right?
yeah, so really developing your style it takes a while. Like at least for me it does. Just to try to sound, authentic at the same time, right? And
Yeah,
For
you don't want
sure.
to sound like you're ripping somebody else's vocal or something.
yeah, exactly. And so that's important to me too, is having my own style. And if people hear a record or hear me, they'd be like, oh, I recognize that,
Yeah, exactly. You guys
and that's
just put out a video too yesterday, or
yeah
and yeah,
that
that was awesome, dude.
yeah, that was cool filming that. We did that in the DeQuinder Cut, which is a pathway in Detroit that it's all nice now. Um, Back in the day, it just used to be train tracks, like kind of like a undergrade train kind of track that ran through, and they made it this nice walkway. And there's tons of murals and
It's just cool
everywhere.
shit.
So yeah, and I walked down there with my family, and saw this one. I was like, that'd be badass to film a video under that and get in. And it was cool. Just like hats off to Papo that did the video for us. And he does like so many amazing videos. Like I don't know if you've seen Illmatic videos,
Oh yeah,
hip hop videos and stuff. So his style is it's real cool. We knew we wanted him to do it. And when we were down there too, filming the video, all of a sudden this like bike riding crew just comes out, like on pedal bikes,
yeah.
passes the video. So we didn't even know that was going to happen. And so we got some shots off that. And
Happy accident.
yeah, the whole experience was just really fun, like filming it. And then,
Yeah. And then the dark scenes we did at Edgeman, we actually went back to Edgeman and hung a light from like one single light from the ceiling, turned all the lights off, and that was how we did the dark sequences. And that was pretty fun. Schmo jumped up on a ladder and rigged up that light.
yeah, he's a tree trimmer. So all of us were like, how will we do this? He's just like, we'll do it. And
It's funny. I
It's like,
noticed that in the video, and I was gonna try to write them all down before we started, but I didn't have enough time. I only got a few.
T-shirts.
But yeah, you guys like basically nod as many Detroit bands as you can in there.
Yep,
You know what
yep.
I mean? And that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that was
The
the
idea.
idea we had for it.
We each brought like a big giant bag full of t-shirts and hats, and we tried to, like, every time we'd stop for a second, we'd like, all right, change shirts.
Yeah, get
Put on
something
a different
different.
shirt.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's important, just to kind of share a little, Detroit history of
Yeah, no, I've
hardcore
never seen
bands that are
anything like that
around.
before. It's a fucking good idea. Never. I don't think I have.
I mean, it's all just about representing
I guess
hardcore.
not as pushed like
Not
that.
like
Like you always see some band in a video wearing a band T-shirt, but not swapping out every scene like
yeah,
that.
and like the whole fucking kick drum is all Detroit stickers.
Yeah.
That shit was cool.
Well, that's just Justin's thing. He always covers his kick and band stickers.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, I think me and Justin came with that idea for the T-shirts. It was weird.
Yep.
I was thinking of that old Poison video where CC DeVille switches his guitar in every scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
thing you don't notice until somebody points it out, and you're like, "Oh yeah, he is playing a different color guitar in every single scene." We're like, "We should do that with T-shirts," you know.
Yep.
Plus,
That's cool.
Edgeman probably did most of the T-shirt scene, so
Probably.
it's probably a little business ad too at the same time.
Yeah.
I did see like a real old Cold as Life shirt in there, like right in the beginning, I think it was.
There's a couple classic. There's an old Annie Up shirt too. The one that the Detroit Beatdown shirt that's towards the end of the video.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I've seen
with the
that.
snake on the back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an
that's a
old
sick
Annie Up
fucking
one.
T-shirt, dude. If that was repopped, I'd buy it
Hell yeah.
for sure.
I have two Annie Up shirts. One's got Trump on the back, and he's got like green eyes or something like
That's
that.
dope.
And it says like destroy, obey, decay, or something like that. And then the other one's got the big Reaper dude on the back of it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
always got good merch, man. Critter knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, those both. I got those quite a while ago, probably like 10 years ago now. But Poison Tongues. So, Jason, you might not have been. Did you play up here with Poison Tongues when they played up here?
No, not at the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We had a lot of bass players in the band. Let's see.
It always seems like the
What am I,
bass
number
players,
4 or 5?
yeah, see the revolving door of bass players.
Yeah,
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Fucking thing, stop.
Well, that's
Fuck
because
with me now,
everybody
dude.
always wants to be the guitar player, the drummer, or the singer, and the bass player is almost
Oh.
always the last guy, unless you're like switching Coffin Cat's bass player or something. Then they don't
Which
want
you,
to play
like-
bass.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, that band would be done without.
Oh yeah, just like that is it. I don't know, it's funny, but I like that. You guys
With
have
that, I'm
more
a bass
shit.
player. It's okay.
I played bass, and that's how I started playing bands. And
it's kind of funny. Me and Jay hadn't talked like in a while. Like it was a while, and I was up north, just sitting like on a little lake, just at 4th of July, and all of a sudden he's like, "Mike Eckert, is that you?" And I'm like, "What, dude?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing out here?" Like
Weird.
Literally, like
Yeah.
this tiny little lake up in the middle of nowhere in northern Michigan, in like Lewiston, Michigan.
Yeah.
Like we had no idea that we both had like family cottages up there. So like it was like 4th of July, literally sitting on a blanket on the beach watching fireworks, and then a group comes in and sits on their blanket next to us and sits down. I look over and it's Mike. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
That's fucking crazy, man.
And then just like a couple months after that, he asked me to join Poison Tongue. So that was a good meeting.
Fucking A. Go Lewiston. They're a little south of us.
It's weird how shit works out.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, situations in life like change things.
Yeah, we've met a lot of people that have property up here or camp up close to here or whatever. Like it's actually surprising how many people I've talked to from down there that are like, "Oh yeah, we love it up there."
Yeah, I mean, I love
North.
that.
I mean, it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
Just like everywhere, anybody that lives there is gonna be like, yeah, try living here though.
Well, I did for a while. I grew up closer to Traverse City,
Okay.
just north of Manistee, in a little town called Bear Lake. It's where I grew up, and
I've driven past the sign that says Bear Lake. I don't think I've ever actually gone in there.
there's no reason to. It's okay.
Yeah, I know where Bear Lake is,
Just
but yeah,
keep
I've never
driving.
gone
It's
through
all
there.
right. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always thought you were from Traverse City. I mean, I guess I assumed, but
So, I mean, basically, I was just maybe 45 minutes south of Traverse City is where
yeah,
I grew
for
back.
sure.
So, but I remember back in the day, the live with it days, we would drive from there over to Alpena and
And back.
yeah, and back. So, a lot of shows in Traverse City and Alpena back then. It was a lot of fun
Fuck
actually.
yeah, dude.
But no, but I when I wanted to play music more regularly, it became pretty obvious that I had to move down to Detroit. So that's what I did. When we started Today I Wait, that was always a Detroit based band.
Well, then you obviously know Dave from why am I drawing a blank now? Last Gasp.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool. Like he kind of did that too, I guess. Or it seems
Yeah,
like,
totally.
he had to get out and go where there's an actual scene that's not dependent on like 20 people, as far as
Yeah. Yeah, Dave used to play in a band called Tiger.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and we used to play together in Traverse City all the time.
Yeah, I
Back
really shout out to Last Gasp. I love their album. Fuck, dude, last year that was one of my favorite albums. It came out
they're
last
awesome.
year.
Yeah, they're so good.
Fast and to the point.
You said that you had played with like As Heroes Die and stuff too, right?
Yeah. I think it was like, yeah, we used to play a few shows with As Heroes Die back in the day, and that was my old band. Live with it. I'll start bringing out the tapes now. Live with it. 1998.
Oh shit.
As Heroes Die. 1999.
See, we interviewed somebody from As Heroes Die, and he
No,
didn't
yeah,
even bring
Bill.
any props. What the fuck, Bill?
Because Bill doesn't have any.
I know.
And we were in another band, and I hit him up, and I have 5 copies of this comp we were on, and I'm like, you want me to save one of these for you? Yeah, all right, it's still sitting there. It's like a month ago.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
sick,
but I remember
though.
we played at Sanborn Hall, and that was a show we were talking about earlier with
Yep,
Walls of Jericho.
yep. That was
Um,
that
and
was
I didn't
my
even know
favorite
who Walls
place.
of Jericho was at that time. The only thing they had out was 7-inch.
Yeah. I have a demo, actually, a demo tape, a Walls demo tape. That's up
Yeah,
before that, I think.
that's awesome. But I
Um,
remember we played that show, and I didn't know anything about Walls of Jericho. I just knew that there was somebody from Universal Stomp in the band, and we
Mm.
were so excited
yeah,
because we
yeah.
were huge Universal Stomp fans. So I remember we probably fanboyed out on Aaron pretty bad that day. We were just like, dude.
I kind of did that a little bit last year at Black Christmas, because I posted some old like Aaron Ruby band shit like demos that I had, and he's like, "Oh, fucking cool, man."
That's
And
awesome.
then I was like, I didn't know what to say to him or whatever after that. He's a super nice guy though.
You had a starstruck
It
moment.
wasn't like starstruck. It was just like I don't know, man. It's weird because he's just been around forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it all comes around full circle. Mike got to play with Earth Mover at that show.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah, that
fucking
was badass. So
cool as fuck, man.
yeah, it was cool just learning all those songs. It was like you know them in your head, just and then actually playing the guitar to it. It was an awesome experience.
I imagine, dude.
So we heard some of Jason's early bands. Mike, what were some of your earlier bands?
See, notable earlier bands. Well, in high school, let's see.
He's holding it up.
Yeah, do it, dude. Hold him up and talk.
I don't got no props like Jay did.
Yeah,
He came
he'll
prepared.
prop you.
All my tapes are downstairs. So yeah, Roots of Anger was probably first band that we made a tape, like a legit tape with, and then that band kind of turned into Hyde, like because the singer at the time like quit the band, and we were trying to figure out what to do, and then we met Joe Hyde up at the Loft in Redford, and that's where all the bands really practice, like in the area. And there's like a million spaces up there. The place is a dirty fucking place. It smells like piss every time you walk in there. It's like even. So we met him up there, and we started doing Hyde, and Hyde was metal core, metal hardcore. I don't know how you explain it, because it was definitely like
It was unique.
we definitely were like a hardcore band, just of the style of writing. But then it was like metal,
Infused.
Yeah, like
metal
the
rock,
delivery was,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
And then
that shit, I still, I mean, just maybe because I was so young or whatever when you guys did that, but I can still listen to that shit today and it's just like, fuck yeah. And then you had the sample from Fight Club at the beginning, like of the
no,
first album
yeah,
or the EP. It's like so sick, dude.
that was sick. I mean, and that's like one of my favorite movies of all time too. Um, and so yeah, Hyde was cool. That he put out some albums. Can't even remember what they're called now, but did Hyde for a
It was
while.
early 2000s. It was probably
Yeah,
10 words long.
It'll be
Wasn't it like
the
You know?
Sky's false
Sky's False
persona
Persona?
yeah,
Wasn't
and
that
a
it?
beautiful
A Beautiful Nightmare. Yeah,
nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, that one was pretty sweet, and both those albums turned out great.
they did. They do. They
Hasty
fucking sound
recorded
great.
those in Cloud City Studios. Hasty did an awesome job. And then after that, I was in the Alliance for a long time. The Alliance was badass, so I played guitar on that for some years with Clifton, Joe, Herb, and Will, well, other guitarists. And Will was in Hyde with me too. Same with Joe. And then after that, I played in a band, I Am Cursed. I played bass in for a little bit, and that was just like a straight up metal band, just with like sick breakdowns. And we did that for a little bit. And that was with the old drummer from Hyde, Keith, and then Nick Donikowski. You guys know him. He's from
Yep.
El.
Pina native.
Yep.
Yeah, he sang in that for a while, so I did that. And then after that, it was some years until I started doing anything again. Really, like I was doing like kind of side rock bands,
Just
like for a while.
whatever.
Yeah, I was in a band with like Steve from Capture the Flag and Brett from Radio Holiday for a little bit. We like made a couple songs, played a show, and then it fizzled out.
Yeah. What are you gonna
And
do?
then like me and Lenny started talking. He's like, dude, I just want to make a fucking heavy ass fucking hardcore band. Let's just fucking do it. And so we sat in my basement for a while and just like recorded like 6-7 songs for the demo, right? And then just started finding people to fill in, to play, so yeah, Justin has been the main drummer, for the whole tenure of the band. And then we had a lot of bass players coming out, like Andrew, Terry from Escalation of Force, Smashing Enemies.
Yep.
Even Jay Navarro played bass for a couple of shows.
No shit.
Jam was playing bass and singing in the band as second singer for a while. And then Jay's been the longest bass player. Hi.
What up?
Okay, I'll be right there, okay, in a second. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I do music. That's all I really do is just, write shit and be in bands. And that's kind of like my purpose in life. Like, even like, my family's been in music. Like, back to my great grandfather, he used to have a string acoustic band,
Motherfucker was playing on a goat string.
Front porch
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
But yeah, over like, well, they're Czech, so in the Czech Republic,
Oh,
and
that's what's up.
that, and I got a picture right here of him and his little guitar band. It's
Awesome.
crazy. So it just kind of runs in my blood, and can't not do it.
So Jason, what was since like we kind of come from similar areas in Michigan. Well, how did you get into fucking punk rock or hardcore or like underground music in general? Like how'd you catch like wind of it or what drew you to it?
Well, I guess when my dad was really into like heavier 70s rock bands. I grew up on ZZ Top and Deep Purple and bands like that just from my dad's record collection. And so I was always interested in guitar because of that. Like, I knew I loved guitar driven music in general.
It's like you heard
Um,
AC/DC and you were like, fuck yeah,
yeah, dude.
for sure.
Seriously.
No, I mean,
But
that's what classic rock up here is like so influential. It's insane.
yeah, totally. Yeah, you got whatever KLT and you know what I mean, like
Yep.
all the classic rock stations up there. That's like all we listen to. But I think I really it made me. I always wanted to play guitar because of that, and I think I was probably maybe in eighth grade or something when I got my first guitar, and realized immediately that it's a lot harder to play guitar than I thought. So
No doubt.
that's what kind of drew me towards punk in the beginning was punk rock was because I was like, oh, well, I can play these punk songs. I don't have to be a shredder. I can play a Nirvana song or a Ramones song or something like that. And I really think that's what got me started playing punk music was just because it was like I wasn't that good yet. So I wanted to, you
Yeah,
know,
if
start somewhere where I could have fun,
if Sid Vicious
instead of
can
getting
do it, you can
frustrated
do it.
trying to figure out something that I can't play.
Yep.
So I started my first punk band in high school, and then one of my best friends, who later became the drummer of Live With It and of Today I Wait, Dave, introduced me to some other guys that also like punk music, and that's how I started my first band. And then, but he was always into metal, so it was like I had the punk band, and then he had the thrash band.
That's always
So
nice when you can trade like that.
so it was kind of like because I loved punk and I was hanging out with all these metalheads, kind of our common ground was hardcore, like bands like Sick of It All and um, Agnostic Front were like bands that appealed to, and Biohazard appealed to all of us. So it was like that was kind of like our middle ground.
Yeah,
So
dude.
it's kind of what got me into hardcore was like, I wanted to play with these guys, but they weren't really into punk. And I wasn't like I love metal, but like not I couldn't play it. So it was like, well, let's play hardcore music. And then we go to shows and watch how kids go off, and it's like, well, we want to do that. Just seeing the reaction of everybody to hardcore bands was like what drew me into that style.
No, for sure. Like everybody just going fucking crazy and you see that shit for the first time, it
Yeah.
fucking blows you away, dude.
Yeah. Sing
No doubt.
along and
Yeah.
it's like, wow, like that's yeah. I was like, I want to be a part of that scene. And that's when we started getting into Victory Records bands and
Yeah. Fuck
all
Journey,
that.
dude.
And, yeah, and then just
Fucking journey.
off the rails from there.
When did you move down to Detroit? Did you do soon
It was
after?
2000.
Yeah. You've been down there a
Yeah,
long while.
yeah, yeah. I went to college at CMU.
Oh,
So as
okay.
soon as I graduated, I moved to Detroit. I was already like we'd already started Today I Wait at that point, and I was driving every weekend for practice down to Detroit for a little while before I moved. But
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah, man. And then it
Here
just
you
kind of
are.
went.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Now you're kind of like a Detroit staple.
Yes, sir.
So as far as music today goes, what are you guys into as far as what you're listening to currently?
Shit, for me, I don't know. I listen to everything, so I
Well, good.
like.
You're gonna
I
like the
love all.
next question after that. So
I love all the new hardcore bands coming out. That are around. I mean, what like Resolute, Escalation of Force, and Off the
Vigilante is so
Wall, Dead
good.
Yeah.
Hang, like Bareface, like
Yeah.
all these bands that we're playing with are all badass. You know,
For No
always
Fools,
like, you know, Never Ending
Bad
Game,
Beat.
D Block. But then, you
That's what I'm
know,
saying. Isn't that fuck? It's just fucking crazy.
and you can't just remember everything. It's
Never
just,
ending game.
The local scene is so solid right now.
Doubt it.
You could
yep,
doubt it.
doubt it. Yeah,
You
I
could
can't
just listen
remember
to
every band
only
that's
Michigan bands and be good. Like
I
yeah.
know, right?
it's so good.
Well, then, you know, just listen to classics, right? Integrity, right?
Uh-huh.
Life, Warzone. I mean, really, what got me started in hardcore is Minor Threat back in the day. And before I even knew what hardcore was, I was just like, I like hardcore punk. That's what I thought it was. Just like,
That fast, fucking
yeah,
angry,
fast,
angst
brutal
shit.
punk, you know,
Yeah.
exploiting.
Bad Brains.
Minute and a half song. Fucking.
Negative approach.
Yep. Negative
I had to
approach.
name drop it.
First Mover. Uh, definitely a fan. You know, I've always been a fan of that.
So we always ask this to people like towards the end of episodes, and since you said you listened to a little bit of everything, this could be interesting or not surprising. But what is something that you listen to outside of the genre of music that you guys play that people would not expect?
I mean, like alternative folky stuff, like Pine Grove, like Spoon, which is more kind of rock, you know, like Caged Elephant. I don't know.
Sort of like indie.
Hipster
I
shit.
don't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna
hipster
say.
shit.
I don't want to call it. I was gonna say like indie rock.
Yeah, it's
We'll just call it what it is.
Waxahachie. I don't know if you heard of Waxahachie before, but
I don't think I have, honestly.
No, the only ones that I knew in there was Cage the Elephant and Spoon.
yeah. And I
Oh,
don't
I've
know.
always been into lots of different styles of music too. Like, I mean, I love death metal. I
Hip
love,
hop.
I love indie rock. I love pop punk. I love, and I like playing that kind of stuff too. It's like I play in 5 bands right now, but not just Poison Tongues and Annie
Dude,
Up. But I also play
how do you
in,
guys do it?
I play in like kind of a heavy indie shoegazy kind of band called Showbiz. I sing and play guitar, and we kind of have like a hum, Smashing Pumpkins ish kind of thing going on.
Sounds interesting.
I play bass in a band called Mean Mother that I've been in for 20 years. That's a stoner rock band. It's like Black Sabbath worship.
5
You know,
fucking bands, dude. So, like, what happens when one of them wants to go on tour? I mean, then you got two,
first
three
come,
of
first
them.
served, man.
Yeah,
Who
first
wants
come,
me?
first serve.
Book it ahead of time. You know, yeah, just book stuff far enough in advance. So, you know,
And it's got to be cool. I mean, obviously, working around, even if you were to, like, actually go on a fucking tour, you can work around your employer's schedule, I'm sure.
oh yeah, no, we were always watching out for each other there, which is
Yeah.
great, because Jimmy with Bad Beat, you
Yeah.
know, they've been doing a lot of the festivals and stuff like that, and then DJ, the other owner of Edgeman, he's like the official roadie of the Suicide Machine. So every time they do
Oh,
something,
he's gone.
so we cover for each other, and it's nice like that.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like I was saying earlier, it's important to, like, work in an environment where you get along with people, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
awesome.
better that than going to your boss and he's just like, I don't give a fuck about your shitty band. Like, you're working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Well, and
much.
then Justin, our drummer, he also works at Edgeman. So I'm technically Justin's boss, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'd fucking use that to my advantage sometimes for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But
Get
then
out of
we
the
go to
bathroom,
practice
dude.
and
You're
he
gonna lose your
bosses me
job.
around. So it kind of works both ways,
Oh, okay.
Well, he can boss you around in the band since you're the new guy, and you can exchange the favor at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But anyways, I know it's the weekend, so people probably want to get out, take care of some shit. So unless you got Jeremy, you got anything else you want to get off your chest before we wrap things up?
Oh, yeah, one more thing. Jason, did you see Waxworks released a new version of Godzilla soundtrack?
No.
Oh, dude,
It's
gotta
like
go.
the
It's sick.
It's like 50. It was like 50s or 60s era, wasn't it?
It's from
Really?
1954. It's the
Okay.
54. It's the first Godzilla movie, and they put out a soundtrack. They just repopped it, and it's like from Waxworks, and it's fucking sick.
That sounds awesome, man.
So like, I looked that up.
You just
Dude,
cost the
that sounds
guy. You
incredible.
just
I'll have to
cost
check
the
that
guy
out.
$55
No,
or
it's not that.
whatever
It's
it
not
was.
even that. I think it's like 35, dude. It's not even
Oh.
bad. Maybe 40.
I thought it was like a triple set when I
No,
seen it or something.
there is a box set that's
Oh,
like
okay.
$900,
That's
but
what
it
I
has
was
like
thinking of.
everyone in it. But it's like, who the fuck can
That's
afford
awesome.
that?
I'm probably actually, as soon as we're done here, I'm probably going to go up to it. There's a toy show in Clawson today, and I know there a lot of kaiju stuff there, so I'm
Oh,
kind of
right
excited
on.
to go check that out.
I just admire that shit from a distance, because if I start spending like money on Godzilla toys, holy
Oh
shit,
yeah,
dude,
I
my
don't.
old lady's
Yeah.
gonna freak the fuck out.
You could like
Like, all you need is more tchotchkes, you know?
just
Hell
get
yeah.
one, get a big ass statue for your front yard.
Yeah, dude,
Or
that's a good
trim
idea.
Edward Scissorhands a bush into one or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember
That'd
when
be
they were gonna put a fucking RoboCop statue in Detroit? And there was like a
yeah. What the fuck
petition
happened to
going
that?
around. Yeah, like I remember signing something on MySpace, dude. Whatever happened to the fucking RoboCop idea?
They exchanged it for the fist.
I guess. No. Yeah, they're like, we're gonna keep Joe Lewis's fist here for a couple more years. Anyway.
But anyways, we appreciate you guys jumping on the show. I guess before
Yeah,
we
thanks for reaching
wrap
out,
this
man. I
up,
fucking appreciate it.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
thanks for
say,
having us.
you guys have anything you want to say before we tie things off here?
Detroit hardcore forever.
Bitch.
But all right, we look forward to the new album, and we'll be in touch with you online as well. And like I said, we'll be dropping this on Monday, and then yeah, we appreciate your time. It was cool talking to you, and if you guys are at Black Christmas, we'll see you there.
Everybody check out their new fucking song up on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you
Everywhere.
find it.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yep.
And music video is up on YouTube.
Videos on YouTube. It's on Instagram on our reels.
Check
So you
it
can see
out.
everything.
All right. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk with you soon. We appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas.
Here, man.
Thanks, dudes.